Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tom Shaw. I am the host of The Most. I am joined by my amazing, wonderful pundits.
No, you had to think then.
Two Ollies, OBH, and Mr. Ollie Hope. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
I am good.
We're on the beers.
Well, you guys are. I'm on my Diet Coke, which is lovely. Lovely stuff.
You're keeping your boxing weight up, yeah?
Well, yeah. So, it's been it's been 24 hours of news, hasn't it? It's been a big 24 hours of news. An awful coach has been sacked.
I think it was from 9 o'clock last night to about now. There's been a fair bit of news.
More news. Yeah, there's a couple of bits that popped out today, didn't it, as well?
We've had COVID disasters everywhere.
Apart from the Niners, where they have 0, just for the record.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Patriots got any, actually, to be
fair. Patriots have 1.
We've got, and then the big news is that Mr. Urban Meyer
got kicked to touch. Hey, no pun intended.
After a 2-11 start.
I mean, I think in some ways he's been pushed, but he was going to jump at the end of the season anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean have you...
he's been, calling out your assistant coaches and calling them losers.
Kicking your teenager.
Kicking your kicker, literally kicking with your leg.
Calling him his exact words, hey dipshit, make your fucking kicks.
Well, yeah. I'd like to just say,
and then I'll kick you whenever I fucking want.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, we were quoting things.
I know, yeah, which is amazing.
Should have done that.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, ever since that news broke about him grinding on children, no, not children, sorry, that's a lawsuit.
College girls grinding on him.
College girls gone wild. They were looking for a reason, weren't they? Let's face it.
So that came out just before they came to London, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks before.
It was like, is he going to make London? I'm surprised he made it then. I really am. I thought he was
not.
Go on then, off you go.
Because it's the NHL, isn't it?
NHL, wrong sport, mate.
NFL. Yeah.
I thought they'd have waited until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now I suppose now they're officially out of the reckoning. Yeah, they've got nothing to play for now. It's just like pride.
Leftwich seems to be the early favourite to take the job.
That is, I've got Texas A&M in my head.
No, he's the OC of a team whose name I'm blanking.
I think you'll get your guy Matt sacked. Your guy will lose his job, Zimmer. If he doesn't,
Zimmer will get sacked.
There you go.
Although it's a strange one. I'd say yeah, but if we make the playoffs, Zimmer out. If we make the playoffs, he's done what they've sort of asked him to do in.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've got.
Does that give him a stay of execution?
So Leftwich is the OC of Tampa Bay.
Really?
Byron Leftwich, yeah.
I mean, somebody in the group chat said Mayer's going to be a great fit at the Vikings. I'm like, no, he's not.
Mayer will not be getting another job in the NFL.
He won't be getting another job.
Notre Dame, I reckon.
Yeah, they're looking for a coach, aren't they? You mentioned Tampa Bay, but did you see what Mr. Brady, his thing he went on about the other day on PFF?
No.
And I've seen two things about Tom Brady. One going, when I retired, basically him saying, when I retire, I'm going to be sat there on a Sunday going, I'm best in these stupid idiots.
Yes, I saw that.
And the other one was going about Romo, basically calling Tony Romo, calling him slower than telling EA to up his speed rating. and then showing his clips of his runs at the weekend against whoever they had. Buffalo. His 12-yard run and then asking to up his ratings, which was quite funny. He's actually quite funny on social media, Brady. To be fair.
The thing I always remember about Brady is that video he tweeted where
with
he
him and
went to
Gronk?
high five the ref,
Oh, I missed.
and the ref just sort of looked at him, and then he put sound of silence behind it.
Oh, for Disturbed. What about the one with him and Gronk?
Oh, what, the one in the paddling pool?
No, where they won the AFC Championship. And they're like, when everyone said, "Oh, Patriots are done, they're not going to win anything," there's then just like being smug and like,
Oh yeah,
the t-shirt. Yeah, he's quite good on that one. Quite good on that one.
Just before we go on, if you are viewing us today, or later on, give us a like on Facebook. Give us a like on Twitter. Not Twitter.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Not Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Hit the like
and
button.
if you are listening now, get involved in the comments. We'll get them up on here, and we will have a bit of interaction. We do always love comments. I mean,
although I am very disappointed in John on Monday.
John's been very quiet, but if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be too. So
that is very true.
Actually, I want to ask John a question later on in the show when it gets to the Browns.
So COVID has been ripping apart sport across the world again. Premiership games are being called off left, right, and centre. Ice hockey games are being called off. Baseball games are being called off. We've not been hit. We've not been sort of hit that hard in the NFL, but Browns have contributed very kindly to the NFL's list of players with a total of 17 people, including Stefanski, Mayfield, Hooper, Landry.
Let me just get my group chat with my fantasy group chat.
The Rams have helped too with another 11, including OBJ.
Yeah. So with all of these COVID protocols, what's gone wrong?
Omicron.
Omicron.
The list of Browns, 17 Brown players are out are Kevin Stefanski, Baker Mayfield, Troy Hill, John Johnson, Malik McDowell, can't pronounce his name, Nathan Medours, hence he's not on there, Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, Kendrick Willis, Watt Teller, Drew Forbes, Tarkisk McKinley, Jojo Natson, Ross Travis, David Njoku, Anthony Walker, and Jamie Gillen. The Scottish Hammer himself has been.
So, John, if you're watching, my question for you is: how confident are you on getting a W on Saturday?
I had the Browns down in the prediction league to win this weekend.
I can't remember who I had.
Neither can I.
But I know that
you went for Browns, Ollie, because you're on my same group chat as I am.
I know. I need to win to stop myself getting relegated.
I need to win and have a better difference of 7. Well, on that one, we'll get back to it. It's fantasy semi-finals this week. Playoff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I meant to accept that trade. Actually, I'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, I turned the trade deadline off.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I know that the NFL had these rules that said that you had to play, or what was it? You had to get it in before.
You had to be vaccinated.
Yeah, you had to be vaccinated, but if a game was cancelled because of COVID,
I
can't remember what the rules were.
Had to be played within a certain time. I can't remember.
Yeah,
the exact thing.
And then you both got penalised.
Yeah. Well,
if that happens, that's going to make certain playoff scenarios very interesting.
Uh,
that will pretty much null and void the Raiders.
They're both AFC. It doesn't matter.
The Rams, though. if they get further,
Yeah, I mean, Tyson. I mean, especially after their brilliant win on Monday night.
That was a great game.
it was.
That was a superb game.
I didn't call that. I mean, did any of us get that right?
There
I
was one
think-
person that got that right out of all of us.
Was it Kelly?
That was Kelly, yes.
Did she make
And
you know
she's
that?
been oh no, John got it right as well. She's been bragging about it the last couple of days to me.
But yeah, it's one of those. I think around the world in sport, it's one of those wait and see moments. Because we haven't seen. I don't know what the American government are doing.
I've not heard. Probably
I think they're
nothing
doing a
We've
boost.
been-
I think they're doing
we've-
booster too.
Yeah, no, I mean, but with regards to fans in the stadium. Hiya, Kelly. Welcome to the show.
She likes that one. Nice celebration. Yeah,
so
I mean,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how sport reacts to it because, I mean, let's face it, no sport can afford.
no, not for
Another-
last year.
So, in terms of the American government, I think they're being a bit tighter on it because obviously, when I was in San Francisco, to sit in a restaurant, cafe, anything like that, you had to show vaccination status.
Yeah.
Vaccination. Sorry.
Thank
blame
you,
Greg James
Charlie.
for that. Hey? Blame Greg James for that one. You say about cancelling games, unless Browns, Rams, or whoever the other franchises that come over the top of my head get more COVID cases, I can't see them really cancelling the games because the Lions went to Denver with 13 players on the COVID list.
Niners went to Green Bay with basically they looked at the Niners game in the conference championship in 2019, and if you look at their season in 2020, they have no wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends, or running backs the same because of COVID.
You never made the playoffs in 2020.
Yeah.
Well, 2019 to 2020.
2020. Okay. Okay. When you were half decent.
Yeah, then the 2020 season, through injury and COVID, we didn't have any of the same players.
It's pretty crap.
And it was a Thursday night game, and they didn't call it off. And then about 2 weeks later, the Ravens had the same, and they called it off.
When we talk about injuries,
that's a big one.
That's probably going to cost a couple of people their championship games in the fantasy football because he is a big target for.
Well, it cost me the championships last year Kyler cost me the championship last year.
Alvin Kamara cost me the championship last year. I was against him.
I didn't get to the championship last year. I didn't even get to the playoffs last year.
I only made in the 3 leagues I care about. I've only made the playoffs in one.
I'm missed out on the playoffs or the Toilet Cup. I don't know how. There's 5 of us of the same record, and I've missed out by literally like head-to-head record. It's
as you said to me on the podcast one, I'm still in the Constellation Bowl.
Yeah, I've got your mate, haven't I? Is it your mate who's like 11-2?
There are 2 11-2 teams. He's the Abusement Park.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got him.
Good luck.
Weekend. Well, hopefully I can swing it around. I'm not that far off him, to be fair. I've just got no running backs.
Shout out if you're watching. Shout out to Picker if he's watching, but I very much doubt he is.
Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins out of knee surgery. That's got to be keyhole exploratory. It can't be ACL or anything like that. It's got to be a minor one. There's no more details on that one. It's just
I just heard Cliff said he hopes to get him back in the postseason.
Yeah.
And considering I reckon the Cardinals might be making going pretty deep in it, they might be okay.
NFC, I possibly see them in Green Bay.
I reckon
I can't look past. I know it hurts me to say this, and you guys
can't
are
look past Green Bay.
No, I can look past Green Bay. I think Cards will win it, but I can't look past Cards versus Green Bay for a spot in the Super Bowl.
I reckon the Niners may play the Cardinals in the wild card, and When
We're saying we can't look past. Sorry, Ollie, carry on.
when we played them at State Farm, we lost 17-10, and if Trey Lance could extend the ball, we'd have drawn.
Yeah.
So I can see us shocking the Cardinals, but if we end up playing Tampa or Green Bay, I think we're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying we can't look past Arizona or Green Bay, but are we sort of forgetting about a certain goat?
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay look very ominously good too.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yes, they kind of let the Bills back in for it, but the way they steamrolled the Bills for 3/4 of that game on
Yeah, but
Sunday
I mean,
night was brilliant. They're
just
absolutely
playing devil's advocate here. What about that Washington game?
Which Washington game went well?
The one where they beat the Bucks in Tampa.
Oh, don't remember that one.
You don't remember it?
No, I don't remember that.
It was a few weeks ago. It was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, in fact.
It was
Yeah, I
week
think
10.
it's-
It was week 10.
It was a great game.
I
It was a-
generally don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
It was a great game, but
Heineke. was-
Heineke went off and Antonio Gibson
Yes,
went off.
I remember that now, yeah.
Um,
I remember it now, yeah. That was before
Yeah.
Chase Young got went out, wasn't it?
No,
You were
Chase Young
raving
wasn't
about
good.
it. I think it was one that me and you were flying solo. I think it was when
Possibly.
Ollie had his visitation.
Possibly. Yeah, I generally can't remember that one.
What's
Yeah.
it? No, I think I was in San Francisco. No, San
Yes,
Francisco was
you were.
week 12.
You were in San Francisco. It was week 10.
Week 10, I might have been doing something.
But yeah, no. 1 second, we have a comment. Thoughts on Devontae Adams?
Anyone know about that one? I'm Googling it as we speak.
I think Devontae Adams is a great wide receiver. He's one of the best in the league.
He is.
Yes.
He's in one of my fantasy teams.
If there's some news on him, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I've not seen anything. Help us out, Thomas.
No, there's nothing on here.
But yeah, Devontae Adams is a great wide receiver.
One of the
he's
best in the league.
absolutely superb.
Yes.
No, there's no news on it. Apart from he says he's got high praise for Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson. That's the latest bit of news on the internet as we speak. There's no more news on it, but yeah, he's
right.
he is a very good wide receiver. He is
Here
possibly.
we go.
Yeah, he is a brilliant wide receiver. He probably will be a Hall of Famer somewhere along that line. Him and Aaron Jones are probably what's his face's safety nets.
Rogers
safety net. You know, they're Mr. Reliable,
Yeah.
aren't they? He is a top 5 receiver in this league. There's undoubtedly, he's very well to keep him.
I mean, Rodgers in some ways would be lost without Devontae Adams because he half trusts MVS and Lazard, but
Yeah, he's getting there with that one, isn't he?
Devontae Adams is his reliable wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, his stats are pretty awesome. Look at his stats. You know, he is 36 receptions, just under 8,000 yards, 69 receiving touchdowns. He's only been in the league since 2014. He was a second-round pick. Wow. You know, he's been all pro. He's been all 4 times Pro Bowl. He's receiving touchdown leader next year.
We've got a fancy football question.
Go on then. Love a fancy football question. Would you start Claypool or MG3? So I would go.
I'd start Gallup.
I'd start.
I wouldn't start Claypool because he'll waste time.
11 seconds.
Claypool, Eckler. If you could play Eckler is looking like he's meant to be back in from what they were saying. Well, I've read on the NFL today.
From what I've read, Eckler is expected to play tonight. So
yeah,
That should be okay. And I'd play out of those three personally. I'd play Gallup.
Devontae Parker. Who have
He's
they got?
he's very unreliable, Parker.
Parker's still Miami, isn't he? So who
Yeah,
have they got this
They're playing the
week?
Jets.
He could have a field day there. And
Yeah.
Gallup has
We said
got.
that against the Jags.
Yeah.
Look what happened there.
Gallup has got New York. Oh, flipping hell, they've both got New York. Yeah, I'll probably go Gallup. Gallup and Melvin Gordon. Oh my, yeah, from the Broncos, Melvin Gordon. Washington, that's a very good run defense, Washington.
The thing is, Melvin Gordon will be sharing carries with Javonte Williams. So
Oh, no, it's Raiders. Sorry, wrong line.
No, he's not playing the Raiders. Raiders are playing the Browns.
Broncos have got. No, I'm looking at the wrong bloody line. Where are the Broncos? There they are. Broncos have got Bengals. Sorry, keep looking at the wrong line.
Bengals have a decent run defense. Niners couldn't
yeah.
get anything going against them last week.
They're one of the top five or 10 run defenses in the league.
And with Melvin Gordon sharing carries with Javonte Williams, I'd still go Gallup.
Javonte Williams is the home run hitter. So, yeah, I would go for Gallup on that one as well. Gallup and Eckler, you'll be okay with those two, I think.
Talking about Broncos with just the mentions of them there.
Yeah.
It's never nice when we have to do this sort of stuff, but last week we lost Demarius Thomas. He went to Georgia Tech. He was a first-round pick in the 2010 NFL draft. Houston Texans, he played for Broncos. He went to Patriots. He had 9,763 receiving yards, a receiving average of 13.5. Receiving touchdowns, he scored 63 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, he was Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler.
Future Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
He will be, undoubtedly, because he was superb. He would have got the 10,000 yards if he would have made it. It's
sad.
It is sad.
Yeah.
It really is sad because he was a very good player.
But I think what the Broncos did to honor him was very good.
Yeah,
and I am just about to
on the road.
Play that now because I didn't get to play it on
Monday.
So yeah, we'll just keep quiet while we see a beautiful
tribute. That's
to one of the game's greats.
I'll raise a glass.
Always can.
To the 88 on the sidelines is Cortland Sutton. There are just 10 in the huddle. The X position will be left open. Only 10 men on the field at the 25-yard line. John Hussey is the referee. And they're going to take the delay of game. What a moment here in Denver for the Broncos, who lined up with just 10 men, remembering Demarius Thomas.
He will end up in their ring. That sounds really wrong. He'll end up in their ring, Hall of Fame ring.
In their ring of honor.
Their ring of honor, yeah.
RIP. Yeah, we showed one of his
touchdown that
touchdowns.
Steelers to go to Super Bowl 50.
And of course,
50, wasn't it?
After they scored their first touchdown, they ran to the 88 thing on their field, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was a pick.
Yes.
It was a pick. It was brilliant tribute. Fair play to the Lions as well. They didn't take the delay game penalty.
They declined it, yes.
They declined it. And
the referees had to do it. They couldn't not give the penalty.
They knew about it and they were happy to. They're happy if it's go ahead. That's fine. But
they couldn't really say no, could they?
No, it was a brilliant moment. It really was, and they had the 88 tattooed on the field around the pitch and a couple of places. Had it all over the stadium. It
Yeah.
looked absolutely.
I'm not sure if it's been announced yet, but if not, I think they will retire 88 soon.
I can see them.
Yeah, I don't think they have done yet, but they will do. I think in the off season, perhaps.
I don't think there is an 88 in Denver Broncos at the moment. Let me just Google their roster numbers.
But yeah, if you guys have any memories that you'd like to share of DT, let us know throughout the night. We'll happily stop and talk about it. Any Broncos fans out there listening, let us know. That's who we want to hear from tonight. I think Broncos fans, if you have any particular
fans who've got memory of Devonta,
Yeah.
Demaryius Thomas. He was a absolute superstar. And it's a shame that his career had to end so early through illness.
Yeah.
It's a real shame. It is a real shame. Because he is an absolute, he was a superstar. He had great hands. He was strong. He was quick. He was a very, very good route runner. Like I said, like they showed on the video, that he always, more often than not, he lined up in the X slot, so the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage. He was,
like I said, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Of course, he won a Super Bowl with the Broncos.
With Peyton Manning at the helm.
Yes.
So he also was in the Pro Bowl numerous times. I can't remember how many. I can't see exactly how many.
So they can officially retire it now because no one on the roster is wearing number 88.
Four-time Pro Bowl, 2-time second team All Pro.
Yeah, that is, it's a great.
And was first team All American in, I believe that's college.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. R.I.P. DT.
Yes. R.I.P. 88.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, on to other news in the NFL.
I was celebrating last night when this was announced. As I'm sure you were, Tom.
I was. I mean, when I saw it and I looked and I saw the they were in what's it called? They were in Canada. We were in Canada with the Seahawks, and I thought, what? We have actually got a really good following over here. And then I saw it, and you were celebrating. I thought, yeah, you can understand because there was lots of.
So, would you one of you like to explain it to our people who may not understand who this home marketing or HMA International HMA is?
So I'll explain. So I actually took a picture of how the NFL explained it.
Here we go. Could be here all day, people.
So I can quote that. So 18 teams have been given certain foreign markets and what it says, strategic efforts in these international markets include in-person digital marketing, corporate sponsorship sales, fan events and activations, youth football activities, merchandise sales, and co-marketing relationships with other sports and entertainment properties in the market. And for me, the one that went straight to mind for me was the fact that the Niners are buying Leeds United.
Yep.
Yes.
So I can see a partnership there forming.
Jags own Fulham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, we'll name all the other teams of the teams that are involved. So they are Cardinals, Cowboys, Broncos, Texans, Chiefs, Raiders, Rams, Steelers, Niners, Vikings, Seahawks, Bears, Jags, Jets, Panthers, Patriots, Bucks, and that looks like it's all of it. So
as we are in the UK, shall we focus on the UK teams?
That makes sense.
Is the Vikings, Niners, Bears, Jags, Dolphins, and somebody help me out with
Jets.
the sixth team, Jets.
Jets, yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense with 5 of those teams.
And it makes sense
Chicago
that
Bears was massive over here in the 80s. When NFL hit the 80s, or came over here, it was in the 18s. So we had Chicago Bears were big in the 80s. You had Miami Dolphins, massive in the 80s.
Dan Marino
was big in the 80s.
Joe Montana.
Jacksonville Jags pretty much are asking to play over here every year. Niners were fairly big in the 80s, one of the biggest franchises over here. The only one that doesn't make sense is Jets.
New
I mean,
York,
they
I
came
guess?
over here this year, and I was surprised about the number of Jets fans there were here.
Yes.
There was quite a big following of them. And not only was there a big following of UK Jets, there was a relatively big following of American New Yorkers.
It's only a 6-hour flight, isn't it, from New York?
Yeah, I know, but still, it was still quite a big
Something like
following.
that.
Despite how poor they've been this season, to fly over the way across the world.
Yeah, but they got probably a Playboy lookalike, quarterback, haven't they? He's not exactly an ugly quarterback, is he, Zach Wilson?
You talking about Zach Wilson or Mike White here? Mike White. Mike White.
I'm on about Mr. Wilson himself. Zach Wilson, okay, yes, he hasn't got the locks of Trevor Lawrence, but he's not a bad-looking bloke. Or kid, lad, whatever you want to call him. So there's probably a lot of women purring after him, but it was, there was a, being a Patriots
Yeah, well,
fan.
I don't think he's married like Trevor Lawrence is.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence was
No.
married by the time he was 12, wasn't he? I think everything was laid out with him, like Susie
He
coming
was, well, he got
You're gonna
married
be this,
just
you're gonna
after
be this,
he
you're
got
gonna be
number one
I think it was
first
before,
overall
wasn't
pick
it?
contract.
I think he was married
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, he got married before the draft.
I bet he's one of the happy people without Myers, isn't he now? Him
Yeah.
and James Robinson must be ecstatic not having him.
Marvin Jones too.
Yeah. There is a few ones,
I was surprised.
LA Rams are the only team that's in
China.
and
I was about
Australia.
to say, I'm surprised that there's only one team in China.
I thought there'd been a couple. I thought there'd been a couple in Australia, especially as Danny Rick is a massive, American football fan. He's Texas A&M and can't remember which NFL team he fancies, but he's definitely Texas A&M.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a massive.
He's a big fan. He's traveled to quite a few games, hasn't he?
Kelly's just messaged me saying Zach Wilson looks 15.
Hardly the playboy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of them do make sense. I mean, obviously, Vikings and Seattle in Canada, we're right on the border.
Yeah, a lot of teams have gone south.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams in Mexico.
I don't get why a couple of teams are in Germany. I can understand why Patriots are in Germany because they've got
but
they're running back. They're running back, halfback.
Which running back's that? Which running back? Jacoby
Johnson.
Okay.
Halfback. The one
Wouldn't
with the
it
long
make
red
more
thread.
sense though with the fan base in the UK that they've got? I mean, I know half of them don't remember pre-Brady, but do they? I mean, I know that they've had a couple
words
of.
off.
I know that they've had a couple of tough seasons, really tough down there in New England. I feel really sorry for these, but
Hey,
it's
still my team.
I mean, let's face it, Ollie is a United fan and a Patriots fan.
For my sins.
I mean, he's a United fan living down south.
I mean, I mean, as I keep on saying, it's two teams that live in the past, isn't it?
Hey, at least I'm not a Liverpool fan. Put it that way.
That would be worse. I might need to review if we were actually friends if you were a Liverpool fan.
Be there next year.
Definitely.
I actually have family members that are Man United fans, so I don't particularly dislike them.
Fair enough. Going back to the actual NFL.
Talking about, yeah.
I mean, the Brazilian teams and the Mexican teams, that all make sense. Cowboys are massive down in Mexico, I'm guessing. Then you've got Raiders, Chiefs, they're all more southern teams are down there. Spain seems to be fairly big in NFL.
It's a good job I didn't know that well, isn't it, then, really, isn't it? So
it's a lot of making sense. Obviously, they've
home run there, Tom.
I'm guessing the teams have done their research and chosen
Yeah.
their countries wisely, and I'm guessing they were given right. These are the countries you choose.
Yeah, you had to put in some sort of like plan of what you wanted to do, and then the NFL, I guess, read through them, or more likely picked them out of a hat randomly.
There's nothing wrong with a random hat pick.
I mean, Minnesota have posted on their UK page that they've got a lot of plans ahead. I am excited to see what all teams do because I'm genuinely interested to see how it'll work. I mean, it's
You'll
good
probably
for me
see a lot
because-
of teams the same, doing the samey type.
yeah,
of
it'll be a similar thing, which would be good. I mean, I'm hoping for me personally that means at UK games we'll get a Minnesota appearance.
And the 49ers appearance.
It would be good actually if Green Bay could come over here.
Well, Green Bay haven't been Green Bay
over.
haven't been given a country. I noticed that.
Well, it's
Well,
interesting that one
that's
of their
telling you, isn't it?
one of the divisional matchups
Bears
and
and Vikings.
Vikings.
Minnesota.
are both
I mean,
over
let's
here.
face it, Minnesota versus Packers would be a great game over here, especially if it was. Well, obviously it'd be UK. No, it'd be Minnesota being the home team because
Yeah,
of the
game van.
situation with ticketing in Green Bay. And again, I think that would be a great game to have. I think it would be a great game to have over here.
Like I was saying, I think it wouldn't surprise me there are 3 London games next year, and it's all 6 of the teams.
Yeah, you would have a field day.
Jags
Well,
really
both
want to
of you
have
would.
be at Wembley again. They want to be back at Wembley. That's
Well, that makes sense.
They've been going about
Let's face
it. And obviously, Tottenham got the two games.
I think due to the way the schedule plays out, the Niners might end up playing the Bears next season, so that could be a game.
Yeah, Patriots. I can't remember who Patriots games are now, but
Well, you'll be playing the Jets, won't you?
Yeah, or we could end up in Germany against. I think we are. It depends where Pittsburgh finished, but we could play in Pittsburgh over in Germany, or we could have. Yeah, we could have Tampa or Carolina. We could have any of those teams over in Germany because they're all in that. Depends where they finish into it.
Next one. So the salary cap has been announced for 2022. It will rise up to $208.2 million.
And if I'm correct, that'll be the first time it goes above 200 million.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder how much the Rams have put pressure on that because they've got no players. Or they can't afford all their players.
Well, I mean, even with that, I don't think they can afford all their players, especially if they want to pay Cup.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp is a star. He is probably if that bloke doesn't win MVP this year, then there's something wrong with this league because he has been.
It'll be Brady. Let's face it. But yeah,
anyway, we'll talk about that when he gets to that stage.
Yeah, I think
it explains why the Raiders obviously sign their kickers on big money contracts.
Well, yeah,
kickers. So they've obviously got that little bit of extra on there now.
After
John's
Sunday,
back.
after John, I'm not
after
sure
Sunday, John.
John, I'm not sure if you were here at the start of the podcast, but I asked you a question saying, how confident are you with the W after the Browns have basically half their roster on COVID?
Yeah, so John's right. I think the Rams will need to offload those. Like Ollie said, they've got to pay Cup this year. You know.
But yes,
who do we offload though? I mean,
Von Miller's not that
Odell's. I think Odell would be the obvious one, in my opinion.
Von Miller's not that much.
Who goes on 3As? Let's have a look.
Who is FRA? So
just having a look.
Yeah, just as we were talking about kickers, after what happened on Sunday, I think the Niners need to move on from Bobby Gold.
I'm actually happy with our kicker, Joseph.
So free agent will be Cup, Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, John Johnson, Johnny Mundert, Austin Blythe, and Coleman Shelton are the ones that are going into free agency.
Cup and Ramsey are both going to be very big contracts, and they need to keep them both.
You say that. Ramsey didn't play Monday night.
Yeah, but Ramsey was injured, wasn't he?
Out with COVID.
Yeah, but
And
Ramsey's.
he still managed. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
Kyler Murray
Yeah.
turned over the ball 3 or 4 times. I can't remember how many he turned it over now.
I
Are
mean,
you going to be there for the Super Bowl, Johan?
Well, that's my.
we had this argument on Monday, Ollie, but I still think Jalen Ramsey is the best shutdown corner in the league.
He needs to shut
So
his mouth a couple of times, though.
I agree with that. So I think they need to re-sign him on a big contract, and Cup will be probably the highest paid wide receiver in the league, or at least he should be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unless he takes a big hometown pay cut.
I don't know what Cup's rookie deal is. Shall we have a look? What's his rookie deal at the moment? Rookie deal.
So with those two, they are going to have to offload someone, and I think either, like you said, Tom, OBJ or Von Miller would be the obvious ones.
He's
Yeah,
on
I
$2 million
mean-
a year at the moment. Cooper Cup.
Whoever's seen to be a less negative influence on the dressing room will stay, I reckon. And OBJ hasn't got a good track record of being.
It
particularly
depends how well he's
useful.
settled in. He's always wanted to be in LA.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So, you know. We'll see.
True.
It's a long.
It's
a long
sort-
way to go, yeah.
In some ways, it's sort of like the fact that why LeBron moved to LA when he did.
Yeah.
To get paid. You know, I think it is win now, win or bust for LA again at the moment, isn't it? Like they were 2 or 3 years ago when they went to Super Bowl, we beat them. It is win or bust again now, and then they'll struggle next year, LA. I think they will struggle again.
I don't
Yeah.
think they will. I think getting Cam Akers back will be massive for them.
Yeah, don't forget they got no picks.
That's true, but neither do the Niners.
That's true as well.
And we desperately need cornerbacks.
Shall we talk about John's fantastic?
Yeah, I
stadium?
was going to say, John, are you going to the Super Bowl in 2024?
I mean, first things I'd like to say is this stadium is incredible.
yeah,
It
I mean,
is absolutely awesome.
I think if we're talking about what's it called, podcast journeys.
Hey, I'm up for that
I
one.
think this could be one for Super Bowl week, guys.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's on it's right at the end of the strip, which is a bit of a worry. No, I mean that stadium is fantastic. It is going to be a show on show. So they're at SoFi next year. Where are they?
Yeah.
2023.
I was just thinking, where are they 2023 actually?
Let's have a Google. We got to love a Google. 23 is at what is it? State Farm, Arizona.
Right.
Again, a nice stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not on the same level as the Ali Giants and the
No, I
SoFi,
mean
but it's a nice stadium.
It is a very nice. It was built in. Don't know when it was built. Can't remember that, but it's a fairly.
I mean, the Allegiant and the
SoFi.
Sophie are the crown jewels of the NFL.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
It's one of
anyone who has seen it on TV, they just look beautiful, don't they? They look amazing.
Oh,
That's good. That
all
scoreboard.
new stadiums, don't
The
they?
scoreboard of
Yeah.
SoFi is amazing.
Yeah.
The only problem
I
with
mean, all the
SoFi
new-
is right in LAX's flight path.
Is it?
Yeah,
So what happens? What are they going to do? Go over it or around it or what?
they go over it.
Directly over it. Wow, that's awesome. That'd be quite cool. Imagine that. We are just flying into LA now. If you look over your left shoulder, you'll see SoFi. That's awesome.
If you just look over your left shoulder, you will see the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
John has said, as nice as it would be to go to Super Bowl in 2024, it would be awful to see Jay.
It's all right. What are you on about? The Patriots going to win in 2024.
No,
It's going to be Mac's third ring.
Trey Lance would have transformed the Bay Area into the Trey area by then.
Fair enough. On from a rookie to a legend, another Hall of Famer in the makings, I believe.
AJ
Yes.
Green.
He is.
Wow.
He had a great game on Monday actually.
He
Yeah,
has
I mean-
been turned around since he's gone to Arizona. But obviously that is
Yeah.
a hot fire offense down there.
Yeah. And
Although Kyler Murray was a bit
look
dodgy.
at those stats.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much we can say. Just read the ticker. 'Cause,
10,084 yards in, I think it's 10 seasons now, or 9 seasons, something like that.
I mean, 68 touchdowns, 691 receptions. I mean, the stats speak for themselves, really, don't they?
Yeah. Future Hall of Famer. We Brandon, future Hall of Famer around quite a lot, but in this case, he is a future Hall of Famer. To top it off, it would be nice for him to get a ring.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Same as Watt, 2 future Hall of Famers in that franchise.
I'm still
nice if they
making
finish their careers with rings.
Yeah, I'm still revising my earlier my preseason prediction of
Your preseason prediction was the Niners.
yeah. I mean, I'm not too confident anymore after seeing. I mean, but I can't.
But
I-
you have been saying Cardinals for a while now.
I mean, although they stumbled on Monday, it was a great game.
I wouldn't say
All
they
great
stumbled.
teams lose.
They are a bloody good team, LA Rams.
Yeah, they are. And
They're 9-3 for a reason. They've only lost 3 games.
yeah,
I mean, they got beat up on by the Niners, though.
Yeah, but everyone's team's done that. Everyone's team beaten down someone at least once or twice this season. Bills have had it twice. Patriots have had it a couple of times. Vikings have had it most weeks.
I was gonna say, we get beaten up most weeks at the moment.
Dolphins have had it. Dolphins had the first half season. Now they're turned around.
Jags
Same.
have it most weeks.
Jags have had it every week, apart from 2.
um,
One in every 10 receptions ends as a touchdown. How about that as a stat? Well worked out, John. That is a great stat. It's a good math as well. Really good math on that one.
that's quick math.
That is very quick math. Shall we roll on to Player of the Week?
Yeah.
but
Let's
so,
go on some.
Ollie.
Let's go on to somebody else's because those stats are wrong.
Go on then.
Okay, so I will go to Mr. Josh Allen.
I
OVH
said this
Player of the Week.
on Monday night. If it wasn't for this guy against the Buccaneers with a broken toe or turf toe, whatever you want to bloody call it. This is a new phrase. It didn't exist until 10 minutes ago when bloody
Mahomes, wasn't it?
Kermit the Frog happened, caught it with his injured foot, and he still managed to run 109 yards with a touchdown. He turned the offense around. He was superb in that last quarter against the Bucs. Absolutely brilliant. Really good player. Pain to me to say it. He's got a cannon of an arm, and he was absolutely superb, and he absolutely deserved it. 110%.
Yeah. Definitely.
I have to admit, I've not had time to revisit this game yet, and obviously I was watching the Niners game at the time, and I've now fixed the stats of George Kittle, who is back. He's had 2 massive games now.
Oh, I know, Abby. You got me into the playoffs.
And, I mean, if it wasn't for him in this game, we'd have been beaten badly.
He is that one-handed catch down the middle.
The one,
Yeah.
That every time they showed him a highlight on Sky, because I was watching the Bills game, and it was a George Kittle master show. It was like there was a catch where he spun around and that made 3 blooming Bengals players miss, and there was another one that literally the diving catch, and there it was.
Yeah, that diving catch that put us in field goal range for Robbie Gold to balls up. That should have won the game for us.
That was a highlight reel in his own. It was just a George Kittle highlight reel. If you look
Yes,
on the
it was.
NFL's app, and you can just go scroll down to George Kittle's highlights, and just
Yeah.
enjoy watching it. It is a good 2.5 minutes worth of a watch. Trust me, I've watched it a couple of times.
I
Really
mean,
good watch.
he's turning into a cheat code pretty much.
Which is what he was before he got injured last season.
Yeah.
So I've kept Kittle for the last 2 years as my keeper league, and I will be keeping him again for next year.
I mean, in my keeper league, I have Josh Allen and Justin Jefferson, taking him around 6 and round 13 a couple of years ago.
You can deal with that one, can't you? I'm probably going to have Kittle, Waddle, and I don't know who my other one is yet. I'll have to think about that one because I think Waddle's going to be a superstar in this league. Thomas, who is your?
I am going
across the
with Mr. Dalvin Cook. I'm sticking with my
I love how I went for a Niner, Tom went for
Yeah,
a
and
Vikings, and then Ollie went for a Bills player.
We weren't
Yeah.
playing.
Literally somebody who's in his division.
I admired how well he played.
I'm gonna go with Dalvin Cook. The guy had a 205-yard rushing game.
He's now what, 90 odd yards away from 30 or 40 odd yards away from 1,000 yards
Yeah.
this season. It's
Yeah.
he is having, and he's missed 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he scored 2 rushing TDs.
I
I
mean,
just think
him and Claypool really won that game for you, didn't he?
Claypool was a great star today.
What was it? 12 seconds? 11
12
seconds?
seconds,
They
I
cost
think it
him, yeah.
was.
12 seconds when there's less than 30
doing that.
seconds to go.
But what made it even more impressive by Dalvin Cook? Most of the game, when he was off the field, he had his arm in a sling.
Yeah. I know.
You saw him in the dressing room afterwards with his arm up like that with ice on his shoulder there.
Do you think he's going to play this week, Tom?
I think he will because we've got that break. We've had a long break.
Yeah, you've got 10 days.
And
Thursday to Monday, isn't it?
you know, I don't see why not. And yeah, that's what we can do when we use Jefferson and Cook and Osborne. I mean, Osborne again could have been player of the week.
I was worried that you were going to miss Thielen, but you really didn't.
No, we didn't, because I mean that's the beauty of it. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying that we need a wide receiver in the draft. I don't think we do. We've got Thielen, Jefferson, who are going to be there for quite some time. We've got Osborne, again, another up and coming player, and we've got
You've got that tight
Matt
end whose name is escaping me.
Mike Andrews.
No.
That's the other
Conklin.
purple team. That's the other-
Conklin, that's it, Tyler Conklin.
I would, if I was you, I would go D-line and O-line and a couple
Yeah.
of safeties. That's what I go
Yeah,
for.
we need a cornerback. I think, definitely.
DB. We'll call them DBs,
Yeah.
because they're hybrids nowadays. They
um,
play safety,
yeah,
fullback.
DBs,
don't
yeah.
they?
I mean-
Join the queue for the CBs, Tom.
There is meant to
We've
be a lot
got
of very talented DBs in this year's
we've
draft.
got Josh Norman as our starting quarterback at the moment.
We've got Williams, who when he came on, that's when the problems started in the
Jo-
defense.
Josh Norman's our CB1 at the moment.
Shall we go on to the predictions?
Yes,
Predictions, yay. Let's let
so-
Ollie brag.
I am going to go with the pops.
We'll wait for you because I will. I'll get shot if I don't mention this. That was first time this season anyone has ever got all 3 predictions right. And that was Kelly. She
Surely
did
I've got
first,
all
but
3 predictions right at one point.
no, you've not. I've went through. Most anyone's had out of us 3 or 2, unless we went for 5 and it was like 3 or 4. But yeah, we've only ever had 2 most all the way through. It's mad. So the first time, and it was only a second week of doing it, I think she's got 3 out of 3.
Now, Ollie, I know me and you have discussed this and we're going for exactly the same, aren't we?
We are indeed. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go with OBH to start off as your top.
Woohoo! I'm going for Chiefs, Patriots. I was contemplating changing my mind, but I'm still going to go for the Jags because I think they're going to play better without Urban Meyer kicking them. Washington, I just think they are that little bit too good for the Eagles, but Eagles are a very hit and miss team. And Green Bay.
And I am also going for Chiefs, Patriots, Jags, Washington, Packers, and I'm also going to make the Chiefs my banker of the week because both the Chiefs and the Chargers are currently in the playoff places.
Okay, I am going to go. I'm going to go Chargers.
Ooh.
I know, big call there. I'm going to go Patriots. I'm going to go Texans.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Washington. And you guys said before the show, oh, I know who you're going to go for. And just to show that I can give credit where credit's due, I'm going to go Packers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Sorry, I just passed out from talking there for a second.
is that your jaw just hitting the ground?
No,
then, Ollie?
I just passed out from shock.
You know, Lamar Jackson is a day-to-day. He is the X factor in that offense. Although Huntley did a really good job against
And-
Cleveland, he actually brought it back.
Just while we're on this, if anyone wants to get involved, you know what to do. Comment your predictions. John, Kelly, anyone.
Yeah, please put them in. Jack, who hasn't been around for a couple of weeks.
How did John and Kelly do last week? Because we know Kelly got 3 out of 3. How
They
did
got
John
all
do?
three.
John got 2.
That
What, just seen a bit of
is
breaking news? Have I just seen a bit of breaking news?
Here are John's predictions.
Chiefs, Pats, Jags, Eagles, Green Bay. So
And
yeah, same as us.
Kelly's going for exactly the same as us, Ollie.
Yeah, I won't say anything. I saw that the other day.
what was the bit of breaking news?
Yeah, what's the breaking news?
I'm just trying to load up my NFL app now. I'm sure it just pinged up. It's probably nothing. I'm sure it's breaking news. Just waiting for my NFL app to work.
I'll see if I can get anything up while I'm here.
So yeah, it's
So the breaking news I've got is they've updated their COVID protocols to allow quicker return from quarantine for vaccinated individuals. All clubs, I'm just quickly skim reading it. So the quote is effective immediately. All clubs will implement preventative measures that have proven effective, masking regardless of vaccination status, remote or outdoor meetings, eliminating in-person meals, and no outside visitors while on team travel. They said we will continue to strongly encourage the booster shots as the most effective protection. Finally, and based on expert advice, we will adjust the return to participation requirements for those who have recovered from COVID-19. All of these changes are grounded in our data and science-backed approach, with safety our number one goal for the entire NFL community.
Yeah, that's what I've just seen it. Literally, just my NFL app's just open by the time you've done it.
So does that mean some of the Browns players might be back for
Possibly,
the games
yes.
on Saturday?
Possibly, yeah, because they're off at 9:30 UK time, aren't they?
Because it said effective immediately.
Yeah.
So shall
hopefully.
we preview tonight's game?
Oh, I'm excited about tonight's game. I think it'll be a
should
good
be
one.
a good one.
My son is thinking the Chiefs will win by 12. Don't know how he got 12 from, but he thinks 12.
Fair enough.
Noah's a Chiefs fan, so he says they're going to win by 12.
TDs with a missed conversion. So
Yeah.
Or I think the Chiefs will win by a score.
I think the Chargers will win.
Well, you've got to go for the Chargers. Instead of your predictions.
I think that Chargers will win. And this is going to be... I'm going to get ripped apart if this goes horribly wrong. I think they're going to win.
And you're only going to be a couple of days.
By at least 10.
It's interesting. So, our Chiefs offense is ranked 4th, Chargers 6th. The defense for Chiefs ranked 24th. The running or passing, believe it or not, is actually 16th.
There's a conspiracy against the Raiders, John. That's what it is.
Both the passing is 5th and 6th in the league. So offense, they're both very, very good. Chargers that a little bit better on the defense.
I mean, John seems to think there is a conspiracy against the Raiders.
Well, the Raiders have got a conspiracy against themselves.
Hope, what do you think? Oh, sorry, go on.
I've said, I reckon
I'm going to go with my son. I've got to go with Chiefs. He's been watching pretty much every single game. He absolutely loves it at the moment. He's obsessed with it. He's brilliant. I'm going to go Chiefs by 10, I think. No, actually, no, I'm going to go Chiefs by a score.
Chiefs by 7 for me.
Yeah, by a score.
Okay, nice.
Chuck a prediction. Feel free, people. You're more than welcome. It's great.
So, I am going to go with the Player of the Week competition.
Player of the Week competition?
Guess the player.
Guess the player. That's who am I? That's the one.
Who am I?
Right, I've got my notes. I've got the notes on my phone ready.
Okay, 1 second.
He was drafted in the 5th round. I mean, the 5th pick overall, but actually it was the 5th round.
Kittle.
We've had Kittle, haven't we?
I don't think
No,
we
we haven't.
have.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's who it is this week. It isn't.
Kittle.
It's Kittle. Please put your guesses in, people. If you want to guess who you think it is, go for it. You're more than welcome.
So-
Your
You
points will
probably,
be
you probably
added
do a
up.
better job than we do.
That won't be
Yeah,
hard.
it's not always hard. So this guy is a 7-time Pro Bowler.
Von Miller.
Nope.
I think we've had Von Miller actually.
7-time Pro Bowler. Bobby Wagner?
Nope. He started his NFL career in Cincinnati.
AJ Green.
Yes.
I was going to say Tyler Boyd anyway, but yeah.
So there we have it, folks.
Nine,
Oh,
nine,
we
nine,
can't
nine,
for the
nine
first
five
time.
now.
Quite a while
95, yeah.
has dragged it back because he gets 2 points. The
Yeah,
bonus point.
9-5 to me now.
That was a very
Did you
quick
guys at home listening? Well, I say at home. We're all at home. So did you guys
one.
not on the screen
until we
get
get paid to get a studio.
until we get this £1 million sponsorship deal?
By State Farm.
Mr. Goodall, do you want to give us one? Give us it.
Morning, Mr. Commissioner.
I know. I think Good Morning Football are still looking for Nate's replacement, aren't they?
Yeah.
Morning, Kay.
So we will show the
We know Kay's a fan.
Oh, yes.
NFC. Yeah, Kay's a big certainly fair long.
Oh, I still have actually liked that tweet. It's brilliant.
I've never seen OBH so happy. He was so excited.
I don't tweet very often. It's great.
You don't do really,
John
but
coming in with the Vams.
maybe the Rams.
The Rams have signed everyone else. Why not?
I mean, with the Raiders paying their kickers what they are,
I mean,
I'd expect good.
Cronky, if you're watching, hit me up, yeah?
So
It's,
the playoffs
well, I
in
think we might be Jags head coach. They seem to like useless people over there.
May. He's our next guest.
Oh, what Urban? Oh God, careful! Make sure you got your shin pads on, guys.
And yeah. So NFC playoff standings: Cardinals are in first, Packers are in second.
No, Cardinals have dropped down to third, haven't they? After they
Third,
lost.
Yeah, but hasn't been updated, Thomas.
Oh, haven't you?
Mhm.
That's
No.
shocking.
Yeah, Packers are now first,
Professional as ever.
always.
I mean, we're not going to go into the whole name changing debacle again.
I'll amend it now.
Go
You'll
for
have
it.
to watch it next.
Watch it on Monday. Yeah,
Watch it on
AFC
Monday's
is.
episode, that
I
one.
mean, it's going to be a very interesting 4 weeks. There's a lot of playoff teams playing against each other in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's
I
going to be
mean,
quite cool.
Arizona got Colts and Dallas. Buffalo have got us. There's a lot. Obviously, you've got Green Bay, you've got LA.
We've got Bears twice who are
both
also
got
in
LA,
that
yeah. I
chase.
think looking at who's Niners. Oh no, you've got Titans as well in there and LA. So yeah, there's a lot of playoff teams playing against playoff teams or teams against in that within a game of the playoffs playing against each other. Like Washington Eagles this weekend. It's tightening up. It's how the NFL like it. It's why we like the NFL because it is very unpredictable.
Oh yeah,
Apart from
100%.
20 years when Patriots dominated, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Talk about the
There
Patriots.
there we go. It's amended now.
Awesome. So that's the AFC picture as well.
How the Patriots are first seed, I don't know.
Because that's what Roger Goodall wants. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. what's that?
Oh, it's because
Um,
Bill didn't need Brady.
Yeah,
For
Brady
football.
proved last year
Only
he
for
doesn't
one
need Ben
season.
either.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the case that they are the great without each other. They just when they combined, it was an unstoppable force. As the meme went out, the Empire is
Except
striking
when they
back.
played the Eagles that time, but we don't talk about one, do we, Ollie?
The goat dropping the
all the
ball.
chains twice.
Helmet catch.
Helmet catch and OC just absolutely balling out twice. And he is one of my favourite. And I pains me to say it, but he is my favourite player ever in the NFL. OC Onumara.
Do you know
He was-
Simonura?
Yeah. Yeah, he's an absolute.
I mean,
never say his name.
me and you are the OC and Jason of the podcast world.
Yeah. He is an absolute legend, that bloke. He is brilliant. And I'm waiting for him to go on Strictly just to beat J-Bell.
I don't think he will.
Oh, come on. He's got to.
For those of you that watch it, it's the final this week of Strictly.
It is,
Do you know what? I used to watch it, and I haven't for a long time. It's weird. I don't know why.
I think I just as on the topic, I think what Rose is doing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Representing the deaf community.
That means so is Dan Walker. Yeah, I'll take that.
No, I think Tom's
Dan
more.
Walker is a hell of a nice guy.
I think
yeah,
Tom's
used to
more of
be-
yeah, more of a chaffers.
yeah.
I booked. I used to book Dan's taxis to
Isn't
the
Dan
BBC
Walker an
studio.
actual Vikings fan anyway? Because OC Chappers was a Bears fan.
Yeah,
I think Dan Walker actually might be a Vikings fan.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
I mean,
would.
Dan Walker did very well on Strictly this year too.
Quarterfinals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think what Rose is doing, representing the deaf community, and also being the best dancer.
Yeah, but the two blokes that what I've seen have been absolutely brilliant as well.
But yeah,
How have we got to talk about actual Strictly?
because you mentioned OC. I will be watching Strictly because I'll be watching the football on Saturday, but
I won't because I'll be at Spider-Man.
I'm going to watch Spider-Man tomorrow or Sunday. One
No
of the two.
spoilers. No spoilers. No, I'm. How can you watch a film on Sunday? It's NFL football, man.
Yeah, it's from 6:00.
Yeah, I suppose you could watch it in the day. I can't watch the film. I feel weird watching a film in the day.
I don't like
You're
watching a film. I don't really like watching a film at night.
Well, they're saying that I did go and see Bond at lunchtime, and that was absolutely superb. But then again, I was in the cinema where they brought your food in.
Oh, is that the one in the? Is that the one in Evesham?
No, in Cheltenham, in the region.
Oh,
Right down
hold on. There's a cinema in the Regents.
Yeah, right down the very bottom, next to the new sports shop down there. Brilliant. The
I'd go.
castle.
I'd go to Cineworld.
Yeah, but they didn't bring you food.
Yeah, I didn't know
I'm
this
going to give
existed.
Stockport a shout out. We've got a cinema too, light cinema, and yeah.
Random conversation to finish the show off, gentlemen.
It has been lovely spending our.
There you go.
Kelly telling us exactly where it is in Tivoli.
Yep, that's where we went. I was with Kelly when I went.
It is a pleasure to spend my evening with you again, gentlemen.
Always
I'm
a pleasure
all-
with you, Tom. Nice to have you back full time.
It is. It's great.
Yeah, next week it's going to be Christmas games.
Yeah, we got our Monday review show as per usual.
Yes.
And I'm trying to get Tom and Ollie to wear Christmas jumpers.
Unfortunately, I don't have a Christmas jumper.
Neither do I.
I'm hurt, guys. I'm hurt.
I'll have to have a look for Vikings Christmas jumpers.
Probably mine in my hand.
I'll have to wear a Niners bubble hat. I have one of them.
I'll wear my Vikings bubble hat. But yeah,
Or I'll wear a Santa hat if you prefer.
With a beard and everything. You can have
Yeah.
a beard as well.
so we will remind OBH to do the caption contest.
Yes.
Ollie's looking like, no, you're fucking not. But we are. So, yeah, we will return for.
John's just making a great statement.
I have photo evidence.
No, I've never actually seen it
when-
snow in Minnesota, to be fair.
Oh, it's they get really bad snow because they're up north, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's up
it's one of the coldest states.
Yeah.
Very true.
I went there for my birthday one year,
Nice.
and it snowed actually on my birthday.
I think
And-
Christmas this year, so I can't wait for that one.
and people don't forget how to drive like they do in England. It's amazing.
And the country also doesn't that just like drive grind to a standstill, does it?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
They just get big
big snow plows.
snow
plows.
plows on the front of their little cars. It's great.
I
So yeah,
wouldn't
we
say
will
anything's
see
little over
you
in
on
America.
Monday. We will see you on Monday for
We
our
will
review
indeed.
show, and then we will see all of you again this time next week for Christmas. In that time between now and then, everyone,
Stay safe all.